Hi, Stitchers.
Hi, I'm Keisha.
I'm Laura.
I'm
That's
Katie.
Katie.
And this is the Pattern Queens episode 136. Today is Sunday, October 22nd, right? Yeah.
Yes.
And this is a channel about cross stitch.
And friendship and rambles and lots of shenanigans and embodying the disembodied voice. So that's Katie Landis, if you don't know.
Yeah.
And
Take a drink.
that's when you have to take a drink. And she's just going to sit there and stitch. She's adding ambiance to
There
our
you go.
video today.
There you go. She's working. We need to film our 13 days of, or 13 stitches of Halloween video. And Katie is getting in a few extra minutes of stitching before we go on. So, you know, she's just getting a little extra in there.
It's okay. Stitch with Katie. Listen to us. It's fine.
So what's new with you this week?
Not a whole lot. Yesterday, we went to the local amusement park with James, and we went with our friends who have two boys. And they, if you have toddlers, you might know of the show Spidey and His Amazing Friends. And there are three Spider-Man. There's Spider-Man, the original. There's Spin, Miles Morales Spider-Man. And then there's Ghost Spider, who's Gwen Stacy. Anyway, they all dressed up. So each one of them was a different character, and so they were the whole group. It was
fun.
very, very cute. James was Spider-Man.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say I didn't know Miles had his own name. Like,
well,
I didn't know Spin.
It's Spider-Man, but for this show, since there are three of them all at the same time, they just gave each other it's Spidey, Spin, and Ghosty.
Okay.
Just to keep it all, because they're all same universe. It's a very, very cute show. It's very, very low stakes, and the boys love it. So they just all dressed up. James dressed up as original Spider-Man, and it cracked me up because his little costume had these huge fake muscles, but only in like the chest and arms.
Okay, did you take pictures?
We did take pictures.
Okay, so then we'll insert a picture here.
Yeah.
How
so
about that?
See, it's ridiculous. But we had a really good time. We just went and it was very warm. So there was a lot of people. It was more crowded than it usually is whenever we go in October. But we had a good time. Went on some little rides, went on the carousel, had some ice cream. Only a couple of the kids melted down. It was great. So what's new with you?
We did have a couple of days of fall, and then it immediately went back to summer, and we are in the heat again. And yeah, that's where we are. By the way, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I slipped right over that. If you're new, this is the kind of chaos that you can expect to get. We are filming. I'm filming from the BNS office, and this is, you know, all nice list stuff and November stuff around us. And I'm looking at a whole room full of things. So yeah, it's craziness.
I'm filming from scenic my bedroom.
Jeff is in the hospital, as I said last week. Thank you for all your well wishes and birthday wishes for him. He greatly appreciated that. He's doing pretty well. They really have him in to finish monitoring, and they have put him on the rehab floor. So he is going through PT and OT, which does not make him extremely happy, but it should make him more fit and able to be home and doing things again. He had let himself really just atrophy probably too much. And this is good for him. It's a good check for him, but he does not like being at the hospital.
Right.
More motivation to get out.
Yeah, especially when you're so close to home and you just want to leave.
Yes. And he knows that there's all sorts of stuff going on right now and things that we could be doing to help with the business. And so he feels a little like he's sitting in there twiddling his thumbs. So
right.
But it's okay. He'll get there.
Well wishes for him to come home soon.
Yeah.
But recovered.
Yes. And in the meantime, Katie and Bree have been doing a lot of cleaning around Jeff's area to make sure that things are ready for him. And we've just been kind of doing our thing. Katie and I actually hopped in the car yesterday and made a drive that we needed to make to get some things for an upcoming box. I have to be very cryptic and think about what I'm saying as I say it. But it was fun to be in the car, and we planned a lot. And is it a spoiler to say what we worked on the way there? Do you think?
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, they already know what that box is.
Yeah,
so.
but let's hold off.
Okay. We'll tell you in a couple weeks.
Katie's
was
keeping
fun, anyway.
secrets. Katie's keeping secrets.
Yeah. And then we got to do some box planning in the car on the way home, which we do a pretty good job when we're in there. We're so focused in the car. I don't know, maybe we just need to go sit in the car
That's
and
right.
plan.
Yeah, but the problem
Just play road sounds.
We do lose internet driving. It's so funny. Katie's like, and I'm down to 1 bar, and now I have 14%. So that part is always interesting, but
It's an adventure to go on a road trip with Katie and Lara because they talk cryptically in front of you, and then Katie's like, I gotta send an email. It's very fun.
And Keisha sits in the back and stitches and stitches.
Because I'm like, la 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 la, I don't want to hear what's going on. Which is why they're cryptic, because I've told them that I don't really want any box spoilers. So
speaking of box spoilers, Keisha got a box this week.
I did. I won't really show anything. I'll show stuff next week, because then people should have gotten their boxes by then. But I did get the treat box, which is vintage Halloween, and there's a lot of really cool stuff in there. I was very excited to open a lot of it. And I asked my husband what his favorite thing was. Of course, it was the non-stitching thing. But
and the funny thing is that Keisha normally opens the box with Katie and I, and she said she lasted 1 day, probably only because she didn't feel well on that day, and then she had to open it.
Yeah, because I got it on Thursday, and I wasn't feeling very well, so I didn't open it. And then Friday, I was like, all right, I gotta open this up. And I was like, sorry, I was planning on opening it on Sunday. I use great restraint when the nice list box comes, because I open that day by day. But this one, I was like, I just know what's in there.
Do you have any other stash this week?
No, I have no other stash this week.
Okay, I have one piece of stash, and it is my floss of the month from Silks for You. And oh, does it feel autumny this week? Oh, sorry, this month. It's very pretty. I'm just trying to get a hold of the tags. My fingers are not working the greatest this morning, but you're gonna love these.
Ooh,
Those are my colors.
Is there something else?
Yes, my friend there just wanted to talk too, but I love those, that gold, and then the multicolor one, and the light green, and then that darker green is really variegated too. So
that darker green is for me.
I do the Silk of the Month Club, that is the standard silks from their line. And I'm doing that with a purpose, so that when I want to do projects, I can go look and say, okay, I'm going to do green. And then I can look at what I have and choose a green with some knowledge. So, but that's it for my stash this week.
Awesome.
So are you ready to move on to whips?
I am. You don't have any finishes this week?
Do you have any finishes?
I don't have any finishes.
I don't have any finishes either.
Okay, no finishes here. But we can talk about whips. I have a few of those. So I was participating in the Humans versus Zombies challenge, and I had to think of something that I could stitch on quickly. I'm now an expired zombie because I didn't get my shopping gear. But what I worked on during one of the challenges that I lost, but not by much, is I Love You, I Know by Rocking Horse Cross Stitch. We'll put a picture over here. So this is on a piece of, you can't really see the sparkles in here, but it's black pearl 16 count Aida from Fabrics by Jodi. And I am currently stitching General Leia, as you can see. I filled in like all of the like a couple hundred stitches on here. Not all during the challenge, but I filled in some later on because it was just some easy stitching.
It's a lot to get in there for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be a massive amount. And then on the other side, I have enough fabric. Han goes there, but we'll get there. It's kind of a fun one just to pull out. I started this on May 4th this year and just kind of pull it out every once in a while when I need some
May the
stitching.
4th be with you.
Yes, it was my Star Wars start because I didn't have anything else Star Wars going. The next thing I worked on is Halloween Wreath by the Frosted Pumpkin. And this is on a piece of 28 count pewter linen from Picture This Plus. And I finally filled this whole poison bottle. It took forever. Now I'm starting on the cat. So I'm going from a bunch of green to a bunch of black. So that's kind of the bunch of 310 in the other project, starting a bunch of 310 in this project.
How far are you on this one, Katie?
I've completed one.
So Katie has a house, but Katie beat me getting the house done. So this is part 2 over here. So that shows you how far ahead of Katie I am. And then I think this is part 3 or 4. Yeah.
But you needed it for purple in one of your challenges in the group, right?
Yep, sure did. So I'm kind of working on finishing 2 and 3 together and then moving on. But it's a lot of fun. It's making me want to pull out my Christmas wreath. So I'm excited for whenever Halloween stitching is done so I can pull that out. Because I am behind Katie on that one. And then the last thing I worked on is Fright from Bent Creek. And this is one that I'm doing my own color and cotton conversion on. And this is a piece of a 32 count limited edition fabric from Color and Cotton. But that's what I have done so far. I worked a little bit more on my ghost.
So cute.
I really like that pumpkin. I know he's been done for a little bit and you've seen him a few times. I'm just that ghost. This ghost is going to take forever to do. He's so big. All of the ghosts kind of all. So, but anyway, that's what I worked on this week.
Awesome. Okay, well, the first one, I'm doing the 13 stitches of Halloween, and Katie and I are doing about 2 days per project. With Jeff in the hospital, we did end up stretching a little bit and we went extra days on a couple of things. So maybe one that I showed you last week, I still spent more time on the same one and I didn't bring it back. But maybe I'll do a wrap up here at the end of the month like I will do with Katie on the other. So my first one this week is Halloween This Way by the Primitive Hare. There, it lightened up.
Yeah.
And I managed to get all of the letters in on the bottom sign. Oh, I am still picking up like everything underneath it.
A lot of 310 for you too, huh?
Yeah, well, I think it's an overdye, but yes, basically. So that is it. And the fabric on this is what she called for, which is dark spell, but it is the big one. So she has 2 sizes of a lot of her fabrics. So you do have to make sure you get the dark spell big, or you will not have enough room. And that would not be good. That would be really sad. You do need to make sure that you are centering this one carefully, because you'll run into too far off the edges of the fabric, basically. Then my next one is Across the River 2009 from Rosie and Me, which is our local shop owner. And probably she has this out and calls it Dark Night. That's what I would guess. Because it says, dark night, moon so bright, black cats and flying bats. What a scary Halloween sight. And I don't have all that lettering in yet, but I started working on under the tree here and then the house.
Fun.
I love that crazy cat. I got him done last year. So this one will probably take another year and hopefully I'll get it done next year.
Awesome.
So I may have to amend what I do and do like 1,300 stitches or something just to get it done. And then the last one that I've been working on is a Halloween sampler one by Homespun Elegance. Ooh, that was big glare.
Cute.
And this one is a lot of fun. And I am so darn close.
Yes.
I have 5 squares completely filled in. I finished all of the lettering so far this month, and I filled in a lot of things already. And I'm down here working on a crow, and then I'll have a cat over here, and a star, and I think another pumpkin.
Okay.
But they go pretty quickly. I just would have to actually have the extra time to work on it and get that far into it. But those are my projects this week.
Wow, good ones. And like Laura was saying, she's filming with Katie over on the Black Needle Society's Flosstube channel. So go check those out. They're really fun updates. And Katie stitches cool stuff too.
Not me, but Katie.
Well, we see all the stuff that you're stitching here. I'm just letting them know that Katie also stitches cool things. Yeah, Laura, I don't like what you stitch at all.
Yeah.
That's why we have so many things in common that we're stitching.
I love to give Keisha a hard time about these things. So, do you know what kind of plans you have coming up?
I don't really. I'm thinking about trying to get some stuff together to work on something that was in the treat box. Because I could probably, there's one thing that's only a couple different colors. I could probably pull something together. And then I really want to go work on Fright. That's why it's still, well, Fright and Halloween Wreath are still in their hoops, but I want to get back to working on Fright because I was having a fun time. And I want to finish that ghost. He's so big.
And it would be nice to have one of them done, right?
Yeah. How about you?
Well, my next one up is Halloween by Alessandra Adelaide. And I've been down here in this bottom section forever. And I don't know, maybe I just need to scan it in and get it going. I am stitching this instead of on black. I'm doing 32 count French lilac from Picture This Plus. And I'm using, I always have to look for these. I'm using Earth Fiber, Planet Earth fibers. Sorry, I got to take the glasses off. In Smolder, and the other one is moved along a little bit. Vapor. That vapor is actually kind of a gray, but you'll see on my fabric, it absolutely looks white like the spider's web.
Yeah, I really like this one.
I love this one, and look at that fabric. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I saw this at a retreat one year and knew I had to get the pattern, but it'll be pretty big.
Yeah.
Not the whole thing, but pretty big. And I'm anxious to I would love to get the spider web done. I just need to probably take a photo of it, scan it, something, and get it in so that I can follow along. It's a lot of little stair-steppy things, and you do need to be really careful so that it'll look like a spider's web when you finish. And then I had plans to pull out my Lizzie Kate piece, but because of the delays that we've had this month, I think what I'm going to do instead is for my 13th one, I still have 2 other ones that I'm going to work on, but for my 13th one, I'll pull out the project that I planned already to start this month, which is a sampler, but it's all in oranges. So I'm going to call it good.
Yeah, sounds perfect.
Otherwise, I will not get it started this month. So anyway, that's kind of what's coming up. And then I'm already thinking ahead to November. I've been really excited to think about it. I just want to get to some projects and work and finish some things up, because I know I have a lot of things that are close and I'm antsy to get back to some things. I need to get back to the Stars Hollow model and finish that up. And Katie has a couple of other projects that she has me working on behind the scenes, and I would like those done too. Things I can't show you.
Such is life.
That's okay though. So,
Yeah.
and we're already kind of starting to talk about next year and what we want to do. And I
Mhm.
feel like things might be a little different looking for us next year.
Yeah, because we definitely wanted to kind of have some focus pieces and do some stats and do some wrap ups and show you like where we started, where we ended, how our goals kind of went. So I think that's going to be fun. I think that'll be exciting to do.
So it'll be a little different format maybe in here with what we show at least once a month, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it could be kind of fun. And we're still kind of fleshing that out to see where we'll land and how that'll look. But
Right.
anyway, that's
I
what
think it'll be cool. So changes coming, but still stitching and still us. So I mean, it's not going to be as organized as all that.
oh yes, because obviously we can get up to plenty of shenanigans like we did today.
Right. And there are going to be rambles. Of course, there are going to be rambles, guaranteed.
So for today, there's really nothing left to say except bye.
Bye. Have a good week.